Hey guys, I have a special treat for you. So, a couple weeks ago, Eric and I decided to interview Break Heart Orchard. Now, they're doing the Timber Build series, like I've explained before, and we thought it would be kind of cool to showcase some of their vids and do a little bit of a video chat with them. So, let's go and take a look and see what they're doing over on their channel.
I actually love running chapter, but today wasn't the day that I wanted to do that. I kind of fixed on the house right now.
Hey!
Hey.
Yay! All right, we got it. All right, so we have just a little bit of lag here, so hopefully it won't be too bad. We are here with Break Heart Orchard, and how many subscribers do you guys have right now?
3,800-ish, right around that. They're about 3,800.
Okay, and how long have you guys been running?
Almost 2 years. We've been on YouTube about 2 years.
Okay, almost 2 years. So if you guys haven't already checked them out, go ahead and head over to their channel and check out their build and do them a solid favor and hit subscribe and really show your support. Give them some comments and some helpful encouragement for the long road ahead. You guys are doing a build right now. What made you decide to suddenly start a build?
We had an idea in our head of what kind of a house we wanted. There was no way we'd be able to afford it if we didn't build it ourselves.
Okay, so you're trying to save money?
I think we're probably going to end up saving a couple $100,000.
Really?
The cost of building is very expensive now.
It's about 60. Before COVID, it was 60% labor. Now with COVID and materials going up, it's probably not that much, but the price hasn't come down.
Right.
It's just gone up.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, is that the price of plywood has just gone through the roof.
It's crazy. When we walked in the other night, I looked and I said, oh my God, it's gone up again.
I went into the hardware store to buy a 2x4, and I think they're like $5 just for a 2x4.
That's a cheap 2x4.
Yeah. So why did you guys choose a timber frame over traditional stick builds?
The look.
Yeah.
This is the number one thing, the look.
Now your guys is more hybrid, right?
Yeah, on the in the bedroom sections of it, it's stick built, and in the center room, it's timber frame.
So what is your long-term goal with your property?
But what we have right now, we have 500 apple trees planted
500 apple trees?
in 2016 and 2017. So ultimately, what we want is to make hard cider.
Oh, wow. That's pretty neat.
Are you going to try to sell it in the stores?
We're going to try to sell to stores. We're probably going to have a venue there for weddings because we think that it's got beautiful views.
That's a good idea.
And we're talking about maybe a tasting room on site or off site in conjunction with somebody else.
So how many acres did you guys have up in the mountains up there?
It's 54.
Oh, nice.
We cleared probably 25 of it. And so we're going to have ultimately meat goats. We're going to start off with some pigs that we're going to use to help clear some of the stuff.
Okay.
And then we're going to eat.
You're going to eat the pigs?
And then we're going to raise goats, and she wants some donkeys. So
3 donkeys.
There you
Three
go.
donkeys.
When we started, it was complete forward. We had no open spaces at all.
Wow, so you guys have had to work hard just to have that open space.
oh yeah, it's been a lot of work. The area that the tree planted in, we actually cleared all of that ourselves before bringing anybody else in.
So that's why you have the excavator up there then?
Yeah, the original idea was I would pull stumps with it for about 2 years and then sell it. And I'm not sure if we're ever going to be able to sell it because you're going to be dealing with it. So yeah, Daisy's a worker. You can always count on her. So
I like the video with the snake coming out of the excavator.
Oh my gosh.
it was huge. I mean, it was this close to me as I stepped around the back of it. Yeah. They're good to have around. They take care of the vermin, but they scare the hell out of me when I see them. So.
Yeah.
You don't want them in your tractor.
No.
No.
Or your bed.
Don't want them. Don't want them. It took quite a bit of time to get the permit. It took almost 6 months to get the building permit. It was a long time.
Wow.
And it pushed us back, made us miss some weather windows to be able to get things done. So we wait an extra couple of months for things to dry out enough to get the foundation finished.
Everything has pushed us back.
That's something that we hadn't even thought of, was waiting long to get a building permit. Although I think our situation's a little bit different because we're a little bit more developed. So I think we can probably get a building permit pretty quick. But yeah, that's definitely something to take into consideration for anybody planning a build, is just the time involved with getting a building permit.
We built a bridge in order to get to the site that we wanted to have the house on. We had to extend the road. The road we have only went to the pond, so that was a quarter mile. And we had to build another quarter mile of road, and we had to build a bridge. And because of the way the water flow is, we had to get the Army Corps of Engineers involved in approving our bridge.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot.
We actually drive over the dam bridge to get to the house, which is kind of cool.
Now, did you guys have that part of the build on your channel?
no, at that point, that was a couple of years ago, we weren't making any videos.
You know, we watched one of your videos where you were installing the SIPS panels, and this was probably back in what, November? I think it was a November video. And you realized that you had installed it slightly off, and so you had to pull it back off, but the glue had already set. So then, and you're just like, Jen is ready to kill me, and you could just see in her face, she's like, we have to take it off. And it's just like, you just felt so bad for the two of you in that moment. I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's so hard to watch. But it was just, it was real, and it was, you know, it's just the nitty gritty of building, and kind of scares you too.
You definitely have your disagreements over things, and you have to learn how to work it out. But I wanted to keep in the videos. I don't want to gloss it over and make it seem like, hey, we did today, guys, we did this and this and this is super cool. Show the good parts of it and put a fake smile on. I mean, there are some fake smiles every once in a while.
It's bonding, and you come to solutions. It's always like a problem, and you come up with a solution. So most of it is good, but there are moments you want to kill the other person.
Yeah. I believe it. I believe it.
So is your guys' main reason for going with SIP panels is for the insulation factor of heating and cooling?
It's for the insulation factor is probably the biggest thing, and it was for the promise of how easy they are to put together, which if you have a team of experienced people, it probably is. If you have a different design than what we have, also, there are a lot of things I can see where you could easily, if you wanted to do a smaller house with a more basic design, I think that would pay off as far as time goes. I think definitely a time advantage there. But our build has been pretty complicated. For a first time build, it's pretty complicated. We've never built a house before.
Yeah.
So and almost every facet of it is stuff they're learning how to do on the go.
We're wanting to put ours on a basement, but that's a lot different than going on a slab.
The original design of the house had a garage, and that was going to be an additional $40,000 just for the steel reinforcements that we needed.
And you guys, your SIP panels for the roofs are they're really thick. They're probably thicker than what you needed to for code, right? Is that like a R48 then?
I think so. I think what we have right now, I think puts us at R48.
And then you went with the 6-inch sidewalls?
Yeah, the walls are 6.5 inches. And it's a combination of things. You got things going back and forth. You've got we have the cement floors with the PEX tubing that's going to move warm water through it so that we have radiant heat coming up. We've got the wall of wind, which is going to give us a lot of passive gain, but they're also low E to try and pump how intense the sun is in the summertime. So you've got there was a lot of calculations going back and forth on how much are we going to gain, how much are we going to lose, and where do we come to that point where we have that payoff.
Now, what would you say is the biggest hurdle that you guys have faced so far?
Time. Time is the biggest hurdle.
Yeah, time. It's trying to get things done. It's the weather and time, because you're trying to beat humidity. We get a terrible amount of humidity here in Virginia in the summertime, and that weathers the panels a lot. So you have them come in, you've got them covered up. You're trying to make sure that they stay dry from the rain, but at the same time, they've got to be able to breathe a little bit, or the humidity is going to get in there and start growing stuff. You're constantly fighting and shifting, trying to move things around so you can go a little bit faster. Because all the help that we had planned on having has been a lot more difficult to arrange anybody to come up. I mean, since COVID kicked in.
You guys are both working full time.
One of the challenges for getting things prepped ahead of time for us was space. There's no space. I mean, those SIPS panels take up lots of space, and flat area is one thing, but when you're on terrain and you don't have any flat places to put them, everything you've got where you could possibly put them down is taken up with panels. And unfortunately,
Now, how heavy were the panels?
the panels aren't terribly heavy. I think the heaviest one is 400 pounds.
Oh.
And that would be like a roof panel, one of the thick roof panels.
Oh, okay.
Most of the wall panels we could carry.
Right.
But I mean, you don't want to carry it for very far because
So your timber beams, were they cut to length, or did you guys have to do all that yourselves?
We did all that. All that was us.
So you just ordered rough cut beams, and then you cut them all to your cut sheet that you needed?
Yep. Went through the plans, looked at everything, wrote everything down, got quotes from different people. We ended up actually buying from out of state and hiring a trucking company to go get them and bring them to us.
So what you did was post and beam, where you used the brackets, right?
Yeah.
Do you like that system for connecting them?
Oh yeah, it's rock solid. It's definitely rock solid. There's no worries about that. It's just it's the little things that you get as you go that you learn that if you had another opportunity to do it,
yeah,
you would do things differently. Like you make up for it as you build it. You have to make adjustments, you shim some things, but your first house is not going to be as good as your 10th house, And since we're only building one, we got what we got. I mean, I'm very happy with what we've done, but when I look at things, I'm like, nobody else will notice it, but I know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at two different companies. One company uses the plates, and the other company uses pegs. So it goes into a joint, and then you would peg it.
Have they already done the cutting?
They would do the cut. It would come in a kit where they would do the cuts. So you're just putting them up one by one and pegging them. And they said with if you had a genie hoist, 2 people can do it easily.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, that'd be
nice.
Having somebody else having already cut everything, that's another thing is there are SIPS companies that the SIPS panels come to you with the wooden splines already put in. I mean, easily, I would say you can put the house in half the time.
Oh, wow.
Splines in easily.
Yeah.
Because you spend a lot of time putting splines in. And it's just over and over and over again.
So one of my main questions, I watch your videos and watch you install them. You guys are foaming your wall panels and putting them together, but the roof panels you're going to foam afterwards. Is there a reason why you don't foam them as you're putting them up?
So the wall panels there are 2 types of connections for the wall panels. You have a double dimensional spline, which is 2 2x6s, and those have SIP steel between them, and the 2x6s are foamed into the SIPS panel. And then you have other joints on the walls where you have OSB as a spline.
Right.
Those are just like the roof, and we've got to go back and we've got to foam those.
Oh.
Okay.
And so we've got 6 cases of the foam right now that
We got to do.
we've got to get in there and start doing. So today I was closing in the windows with plastic because our window delivery has been put off almost a month now.
Oh, so you don't have all your windows?
No, they were supposed to be here Tuesday.
Oh,
And
no.
We have 9 windows left.
9 windows.
But by this time, we've gotten pretty good at it. So.
Yeah.
I like the video where you're using the tractor and a platform as a hoist. Because I was like, that's definitely something me and Suzanne have done. Use what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You got to.
So he'll say, raise me up, and that freaks me out. With
Yeah.
When someone's standing on there, he'll say, raise me up a foot. That scares me because it doesn't, like, you know, when you're driving a tractor, it doesn't move just
Oh, no.
slowly.
Right. Yeah, and that's why I won't get on the forks if Erik's doing it, because he goes really fast when he raises stuff. And then I'm like, because there was one time he lifted me up to hang a wreath on the barn, and I'm clutching the side of the barn, like hoping I don't fall. So what advice do you have for someone who's considering doing a similar type of build to what you guys have been doing?
Planning. Details, details, details. Your plans, especially your foundation, you have to understand them 100%, and you have to double check everything. If anything you hire out to be done, you have to double check every detail of it, every single detail, because there were a couple of things that didn't happen the way we expected them to happen that ended up costing us more money and a lot of time later on.
Oh.
So,
Did you guys dig your own footings?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. And so we should have, like, there were a lot of things, like putting in the porch in the back. We should have had them put that in. And that was actually part of the original plan, but it wasn't done when the foundation was done. So make sure every aspect of what you have to do, you have a full understanding of beforehand, because little details that you missed, and it comes down to experience. We don't have building experience, so there are things I did not know to look for.
All right. Well, do you have any other questions for him?
Oh, I probably could have a million questions.
Well, it has been awesome sitting here chatting with you guys, and I know the video quality's been kind of fading in and out, but I'm hoping that I at least got most of the audio. So maybe once we start in on our build, maybe we'll do a video chat with you guys again, or have you guys out.
Yeah,
Or something.
Suzanne's telling me she's going to get you out here to help hang them SIP panels.
I said you already have the experience.
Shoot your questions at us, because I'd be more than happy to answer anything I can. That was the whole point of starting the channel. Was I've gotten so much out of YouTube, that things I learned how to do that I had no idea how to do, that I wanted to be able to try and pay some of that back. And I had no idea that over 3,000 people would tune in to watch what we do. You know, that blows me away.
And you guys are just fun to watch. I mean, you're lighthearted, and you're real. And both of you guys are prior military, so I mean, it just, it's good. It's good watching. All right, well, thank you guys for letting us take your time tonight, and we are enjoying your channel, and we look forward to watching your house unfold. And Erik's looking forward to learning from your mistakes.
Well, we've made some, so there's plenty from.
Well, it's nice meeting you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
too. And don't forget, you guys, to go check them out. Again, here's a link to their channel. Go over and follow their build and see all the cool stuff that they're doing.
And make sure you give a thumbs up.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I said I was going to be honest when I make mistakes, and today I made a doozy. I built the header wrong. I screwed up. There's nothing else I can say. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to hear about it for a while. I got a feeling.